Okay, here I am with another illustration. This time I chose to do Donkey Kong, and of course first starting to do some research. I already did my illustration research, and then now I'm doing my content research. So basically two types of research. One is a type of thing I'm gonna do, and the other one is a content. I'm doing some really rough sketches here. They're a little bit too rough, and I realized that later. I did a really rough sketch last time, and I thought I could get away with it again. And yeah, I didn't. I was trying to rush it. I like this part of the sketch. It looked pretty good, so I was feeling pretty confident at this time, but honestly, I tried to get this done in 2 hours, like in a day, and I kind of rushed it. And at this point, I already made my mistake of not looking back at the sketch. I've already changed my composition, and I didn't even know it yet. I'm letting myself be too controlled by the reference images. I'm just trying to photo bash everything and kind of rush. And yeah, that's gonna bite me in the ass later, and I won't be able to finish the way I wanted to. But anyways, now I'm looking for some more research and stuff, trying to save me. At this point, just putting some stuff in. I'm trying to make it look good. So last time I put in all my stuff, I laid it all in, and then started doing like the lighting pass. And I'm trying to do the lighting pass and the lay-in at the same time, and I can kind of see why it wouldn't work because. Yeah, it's like I kept on messing with my lay-in. I couldn't find a lay-in that looked good, and it's probably because my sketch sucked, but like, yeah, whatever. So now I'm painting like some cards by hand because the perspective of my reference didn't match the perspective I wanted, but already this is throwing my composition off and I didn't even know it. This is really different from the composition I originally had. So it's gonna feel a little bit off balance. Like the left is really heavy and the right of the image is really plain. As you can see, there's nothing on the right side. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good, but I'm still kind of struggling at this point because I don't have a cohesive image yet like I did with the Mega Man one. So yeah. Okay, now I'm putting in people. I'm about like 2 to 3 hours in right now, and I just want to wrap it up. So I'm putting in the people. They are very necessary, and I put the people in, and it's kind of tedious lassoing everything out, but the end result looks pretty decent. It's a pretty decent end result. I have no idea if it's legal, to be honest, but yeah, I'll learn that when I'm working. Anyways, I put in some leaves, and I like this stage. It looks pretty good, I'm adjusting like value and stuff, and I'm trying to fit in Donkey Kong and bananas in there, but I'm having a really hard time. This part seemed to take really forever, and it was really frustrating. And now I'm just trying to wrap it up using like different color balances and tricks and Gaussian blurs and stuff. So yeah, doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's about it. And so to recap, I think that the sketch itself was kind of weak. And then here I was relying on too much with like the photos and stuff. Here is pretty good, but again, my composition is off balance. And here, this is the final image. As you can see, it's okay, but I'm really glad I pushed myself to the finish. Okay, so the good thing about this drawing is that I finished it. Even though I really hated it, I really hated my thing, I kind of rushed it. I wanted to just get it done, and I'm really glad I was able to use tricks and blurs and stuff to get it done. I was pretty happy with that. And finding Donkey Kong reference was also really interesting. There's a lot of really stylized and cool designs, so that was pretty cool. I want to spend more time studying it. It's a really cool aesthetic. The negative is that, I struggled a lot with the composition because I rushed the initial sketch phase and the lay-in phase. My sketch was really crappy, and I was over-reliant on photo bashing, which is the reason why I accidentally changed the composition, because I relied on my photos to tell me what I needed instead of dictating how to use the photos. And lastly, I was not familiar with the Donkey Kong IP. I never played the game before, so finding reference should have took more time, but I kind of rushed it as well. Didn't really know what I was getting into. Didn't have a solid idea. What I learned is that it's still possible to finish an illustration using tricks, even though the quality isn't as great. But yeah, I think it's really important to reach the finish line no matter what. And I think, of course, I should continuously reference my compositional sketch and I'll make sure to do that next time. And I should slow down and plan out my stuff in the beginning. I was really rushing it this time because I wanted to get it done in 2 hours, but it ended up being a pain in the ass, and it took longer than 2 hours. It still took like over 3 hours. So yeah, that's what I learned. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'm about to start my live stream. Bye-bye.